Hi, and welcome to Mommy Mondays, the car edition. We have a special guest today, and you see how she's already driving me all bumpy? It's Shelly. Hi, Shelly. Shelly is known as Dr. Sexxy-Ann. She is known as the Period Lady. She is the CEO of HerFlow. HerFlow is I'll let her tell you, but you know, they hashtag end period poverty.
Yes, end period poverty, JA.
Oh, there we go. So, what does HerFlow do, Shelly?
Well, HerFlow was created to empower Jamaican women and girls about reproductive health through education and mentorship. So we want Jamaican women and girls to have their confidence on, because guess what? We are women and we're wonderful, and we should be able to celebrate that, don't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So celebrate her.
Yep.
So you know, it's another Mommy Mondays was invented because I also wanted us to celebrate mommyhood and women and the things that we go through when we become mommies. And Shelly has no interest in becoming a mommy, and we celebrate her for that as well, right, Shelly?
I'm not interested in giving birth, but I would like to think that I've mothered quite a few people in my life, because motherhood is not only something that occurs to people who have given birth. Just saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
So Shelly's a mommy in her own right. Right? To all the people that she's mothered, so I stand corrected. Right?
Hi. Surrogate mummies everywhere. Mommy adjacent people.
Yes. There's lots of them. There are lots of them, actually.
Yes.
So I wanted to, because we're heading out, guys. Right? We're heading to the Festival Queen competition, but you won't be seeing this till a few days after that, like next Monday, like Independence Day. But I felt like we should have a little chat with Shelly in the car on the way, because you know, I've been a little delinquent with this. She's bringing me down every lane here. I don't know where we are.
Jamaican roads are very texture filled. We've got what we call turbulences, aka pothole. So work with it.
So I figured that we just have a little chat. I want to ask her some questions, her thoughts on certain things.
Some questions.
Yes, I want
to sign up for this.
Well, it could be a conversation then, because you know I love the conversations, right?
All right. Let's
Right.
see what you're coming with.
So I want to know, Shelly. We all know. Okay, so it's well documented that people are always asking about when women are having babies and why they don't have babies and stuff like that. What is your number one answer to them?
Why I don't have babies?
Well, do they ask you? Do they still ask you? That's the first question.
First of all, it's not a question; it's an accusation. Why you don't have any children? You're a waste of woman. Like you don't have the purpose. What your life for? So it's not even tell me what happened. How do you feel about this thing? It's a whole accusation. But personally, right now, I'm grown, I don't make any effort to try to convince anybody of anything, but I think it is insensitive to attack people like that, because people don't have children for a myriad of reasons. Personally, if I'm really supposed to be honest, is that I'm a very decisive person, and everything in life that I've wanted to do so far, I've done it. If I wanted to be a mother, I would have been a mother. I know the steps, I know where to put the body part and what to do and how to do it. I know the thing. So I think that becoming a parent is a decision that you should be making, is an actual conscious choice, because it is a permanent choice. It has permanent consequences, and the consequence don't only affect you, but you're also involving at least two other people, because some people have multiple births. But the point is, I think that motherhood especially is such a hard job that if you're not going into it wanting at least to do it, then it's already going to be hard, because there are so many other things set up against you. So I really, really big up and admire the women who not only are mothers, but the women who choose to mother other people's children not just their own, because that is above and beyond in my book. So personally, motherhood is not for everybody, and it's not something that I felt that I wanted to do, and I still don't. I don't have like a whole list of reasons. I've not felt the need to want to. I've never said, you know, I see somebody with a baby and I go, oh, I want one of those. I love babies. They are awesome. But you know the greatest thing about other people's babies?
You can give them back.
To return them. So I enjoy babies.
She does it all the time with Lyric. Like, I will go somewhere and she'll be at the function or the event and I'll be like, Shelly, and she'll see that I'm like having a hard time and she'll take him from me willingly and go and entertain him, feed him, all the good things. And then at the end of it, she just says, here you go.
Yes, it was fun. And I love babies, and babies love me, by the way. Like, you know, we're fans of each other. I just, you know, it's not something that I specifically feel that I want for myself. And, you know, I think that's fine. That's allowed.
I think that's fine too. Okay, so for those of you who don't know my backstory, I didn't really have an interest in having children. I think at some point, like, you know, I think when I was like 28, you know, when you're about to be 30 and stuff, like, I think I said, wow, I want a child. And then it kind of disappeared because, one, I didn't have who to have the child with.
Right.
And two,
that makes a difference. That's a big part.
Yes.
You need somebody to have the child with.
Right. And then two, it was kind of like I wasn't feeling stable enough on my own, and I didn't want it to be a burden on my family or anything, you know? So I was like, okay, so the timing's not right, okay. And then after that, I kind of just, it went out of my mind, and it like really went out of my mind. So then I was like, well, I don't really want kids because I'm happy. I have hobbies. I have a career. Like, you know, I really liked all the things that I did. And I liked that once I did have like my Johnny, we did things together and we didn't have any sort of thing holding us back and that sort of a thing. So I was like, oh, I could stay. I don't need kids, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, as we all know, Lyric came along unexpectedly.
Excuse me, Lyric did not come along. You and my Johnny were engaged in activities that caused Lyric to be conceived. I know why people talk about babies, like, you know, and I woke up on Sunday and the baby was here. Like, you didn't know what you did?
Yeah, but we were doing the activities for years before that.
Well, that means you got away for years.
We were doing it for years. Nothing ever happened. And all of a sudden, something happened. So, you know, Lyric came along unexpectedly, and it made me think about the pressure that people do put on women. So I always thought it was very insensitive of people to ask me when I was having a baby. Yeah. And basically the second I got married is when they asked. Yes. The second I got married. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. So they started asking, and then it was just like, wow, like, leave me alone.
Oh, so they don't start asking you yet about the sibling for Lyric?
Oh, yes. The second I gave birth. It was like, don't take too long. It was like, don't take too long. Mm-hmm. Don't take too long. When you have them, you must just go one behind the other. And I'm like, excuse me, who are you? Like, so the thing is, though, that when I really realized how absolutely terrible it is that people get asked this question and that people feel the need to ask people this question, is when I actually looked at the situation and like, and this ties in with like the men who want to make the decisions for women's reproductive rights, etc. I feel like all of it is just over the top and over, what do you call that? Like interfering. Because the issue is that the most common, isn't it the most common way that a woman can die?
I don't know what the figures are.
Is in pregnancy.
I don't know that for sure, but I can see how that might be the case, because people underestimate what happens to a woman's body when she becomes pregnant. And I think it is absolutely irresponsible that lawmakers are a part of the conversation around reproductive health, because most of them who are making decisions don't have a clue what happens to a woman's body when she becomes pregnant. Your genetics are adjusted when you become pregnant. If you were to check the way a woman's chemistry is before she gets pregnant, and test her, do a blood test and check for how our hormone levels change, how our blood type change, but maybe not our blood type, but getting pregnant is a whole metamorphosis of a system that no other human experience has that kind of effect on a woman's body. And we really have to understand the seriousness of it. In a lot of times during her pregnancy, she is risking her life for the child she's carrying.
Yes, it is one of the most life-threatening things you can do. And I think it is the most life-threatening biological thing that you can do.
You're probably right.
And when you said not her blood type doesn't change, but there are effects from the baby's DNA and her
that
DNA.
Affects her DNA. Yes.
So and the life-threatening is not just during pregnancy. You see, it's during pregnancy, it's during childbirth, and it's
after.
It's at least 6 weeks postpartum as well that she's still at risk for certain things. Postpartum preeclampsia, postpartum blood clots, all sorts of things, right?
I know. I actually have a friend who her whole shoe size changed after she had children.
I think Tammy Chin. We're gonna have to ask Tammy Chin.
Her whole shoe size.
Yeah. I think hers went up by one whole size.
Mm-hmm.
I think she had documented it during one of the. So I was super worried. Hi. Remember, I do Closet Conversations, and I have a bunch of designer shoes, and I was terribly, terribly worried that would happen to me, because I think I had read it about Tammy Chin at some point, and I was just like, hold on, so what would I do with all these shoes?
You gotta go get new shoes,
and who's gonna replace them? And I was so frightened about it that I don't think I prayed about it, but I think God knew what was on my heart, because my shoe size didn't change, my feet didn't swell, like I had none of those issues. I could wear everything that I already wore, so I was very lucky. So now when people ask me about a second pregnancy, I'm like, suppose I'm looking a gift horse in the face, suppose I had my good pregnancy already, and and this one might be bad.
The thing also is, Jana, that you really don't know what you're going to get until you're pregnant. Because you could tell me, oh, well, my mother, when she got pregnant, she had no issues and everything was fine, so I'm going to get the same experience. You know? Not quite. Because I know people who is on the end of both spectrums. A very, very close friend of mine, when she was pregnant, she literally looked like she was just walking up and down with a basketball in her belly. And for her entire pregnancy, she was very active. She was surfing. When she was giving birth, it took half an hour by the time she got to the hospital, and they called her husband. By the time he got there, they were ready. She had the baby sitting down waiting on him, and she was like, it didn't hurt that bad. And the opposite happened. I have another friend who she was in labor for nearly 3 days, and the whole pregnancy was very, very sensitive. She was bedridden for a few months, I think last maybe 2 months of her pregnancy, and she had a lot of challenges. It was touch and go there when she was giving birth, because they were really, really concerned about her blood pressure. So the point is, you really don't even know what is going to happen to you until this baby is in your body, and your body has to adjust to it. So you really have to be more cognizant of what it is that a woman's body go through to have a child. It's a whole thing.
But you have to also consider, so Shelley just gave the example of two women having two very different pregnancy experiences, but the same woman can get pregnant more than once and have a different experience each time.
That is a fact.
So there's no knowing until you're actually pregnant.
You're pregnant.
Like Shelley said. And what you need to know as well is that the baby is going to take everything from you that it needs to survive. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't care if you're already anemic and it needs iron. It'll take your iron and you'll get more anemic. You understand? So there's everything that it needs, it will take in order to survive. So you have to be doing more in order to support yourself so that you can support the baby. So it's such a big responsibility, your own health and your baby's health while that is happening, that I can't imagine that there could be somebody out there telling you to do this or not do this.
You
or
can't imagine it.
like,
They're doing it.
They're doing it. They're
very much doing it.
and they're absolutely out of order for it. And I don't know, but I don't even know how do you even address something like that, because they're doing it and they're getting away with it in 2023, guys.
No, because lawmakers are given the power to make decisions about things that they don't even understand. And it is so bad because the people who are experts in this field, they will give their own data. They will say, okay, look here, this thing is important, you need to look at this thing. And I know that, a lot of religious people are going to get on me for this, but the truth is that a lot of the issues around the laws with reproductive health comes from people's religious beliefs, and these beliefs are killing women. That's literally what it comes down to. Women are dying because they do not have access or the autonomy to make decisions about their reproductive health. And they're talking about the health of the baby. And look here, we can always say we want to save the babies, but the truth is that these lawmakers are not interested in babies. They're interested in controlling women's behavior. Because if they were interested in babies, then they will have social services to help the babies after they are born. Because once the babies are born, they're on their own. That's just a fact. But we ain't gonna talk about that, are we?
No, because if we talk about that, it opens up a big old can of worms, because we're gonna talk about pro-life, but then which life? Because if you're pro-life, you should be pro everybody's life, which means the woman's life too. So we're not gonna talk about, because it's a lot to talk about, and we're already here. We've arrived. Oh my gosh, do you see? Woo! I'm overdressed, Shelly. Are we at the right place?
Jenna, we just reached though. I'm also just arriving, which by the way, I don't know why my makeup looks so crazy on your camera. I don't like this camera, must tell the truth.
Oh, she doesn't like this camera. She thinks the makeup looks crazy.
My makeup looking very crazy.
Tell her she looks nice, Shelly. Please comment down below and let her know.
My makeup looking crazy on the camera.
No. Comment down below and let her know that she looks great.
My makeup looking crazy on the camera.
So, thanks guys for joining us, me and Shelly, Dr. Sexxy-Ann, for this Monday's episode of Mommy Mondays. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think about men weighing in on the reproductive rights down below. And also let us know about what you think about people questioning you constantly about when you're going to have a baby. Even if you don't feel like you're ever going to have a baby.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Stop doing that. Leave people alone. Let them have the babies that they want to have, if they feel like have the baby or not have the baby. Leave people alone. The people that are having babies, they're doing a very good job of the baby having. Enjoy the babies that they have, and leave the people who don't have the baby to don't have the baby. That's all.
We're not at the right place. Look at her. She's naked.
Jenna, take off your clothes. That's it. If you want to be like her, you still have time.
No, I don't think we're in the right place. Honestly, ask this guy. Anyhow, bye. Thanks for watching. See you next week.